This is Chehong, and I'm the Capstone project team leader. In this sprint video, I'm going to explain what I did for Sprint 7. The main focus of Sprint 7 was integrating all the features into one huge functional application that is easily scalable. And if we go inside of the application class, I create the applications class where it contains all of the main components into one. And we have all of these features stored in here, and also the load document, which is can be thought of as a preliminary step that you must take before running those three features. And we have a settings and data storage as a singleton class that should be accessible throughout the entire application. So first, let's go inside of the loading documents, and I wouldn't necessarily define it as a feature. Load document is more of a preliminary step that you must unload the documents if you want to run the features. So we have load functions and unload. Yes. Then also we have the data storage class, which contains all of the JSON informations, JSON data in this class, so that our model can easily fetch the data through this class. And I decided to be a singleton because um, so that it should be accessible throughout the entire applications. Since also the features summary, search, or translate features might need to access them. And this is where when I add a document. So if I want to load new documents to the model, then this function will be implicitly invoked. And if I want to delete the document so that the the model isn't overloaded with tons of data, or if there are some documents that um, I don't want the model to consider, then we can simply unload the features. And the unload and load features can be found in here, load and unload method. So now on this is the setting class, and this still needs to be still under the working under the progress right now, and yeah, some progress needs to be made, such as like creating more setting configurations that will influence other features behavior, such as is JSON mode set to true, or how many max batch tokens that you want to set it to the model, for instance. So So when it's fully complete, I'll give it more detail in the last sprint video. And so now let's go to the search feature. So search feature is the model will give answers to the user queries regarding the unloaded documents. So which means that if the users haven't loaded their documents to the model, then it won't give any answers. And so if we run these features, it will give the answers to user queries in three ways. For example, the first way is to directly give the actual text from the loaded documents based on the cosine similarities in the embeddings. And another way of giving it the answer is to fetch the actual definitions that is out there from Wikipedia using the web scraping features that is available in Beautiful Soup Python library, and so that some of the because there may be some situations that some of the terms that are used or present in the unloaded documents are outdated. So it will give multiple sources of the answers to the users so that the users can um, compare them against each other. And finally, it will also it's not necessarily giving the answer, it's more of a asking a follow-up questions based on the user query. So for example, if users make queries such as what is landing gear, and taking advantage of the graph-based algorithm, it will get the fetch the terms that are adjacent to the landing gear, and then it will give you, okay, so here are some of the terms that are related to the landing gear, and then so the users can, if they're curious getting to know more about those related terms, they can um, make another query to the model. So this is three ways of these giving the answers have been well integrated in the search features. And yet this is the summary features using the extractive summary based on the cosine based on the embeddings that are closest that show the highest level of similarity to the average of embeddings in each page. And I make sure to turn that into a class, and also the translate feature. I make sure to turn it into a class as well. So like to streamline the user communications with the model overall, since everything is now is is turning into a class, and all of these components are included in the application class.